Future World community, welcome back to another video with Kyle Chris. Today I wanted to do a replay breakdown of a particular matchup that I had with yellow Vegeta with playing green Piccolo. So the idea of this, I wanted to just go over actually both of these decks. I do consider both of these decks probably to be sort of anti-meta. Both handle very different parts of the format. Green Piccolo handles androids as well as the blue decks very well, while Vegeta can handle basically everything but Jiren. Yellow, I mean, green's kind of a difficult matchup for it, but blue again. I think your matchup with blue is actually pretty fair now. You also handle black pretty well. But this was a fun matchup. Yellow has always been sort of a hard matchup for green, and I wanted to just show up some more Piccolo play and just kind of breaking down some of my play lines after the fact, right? So we'll start here, and I'll probably just start in normal speed, and you can see both of our hands here. With this deck, again, you're really wanting to look for ramp as early as possible, so you can see charge the special beam cannon because I can always get that card back, and I do have destructive strength in my hand, so I am kind of set up for that turn 3, and I was okay with keeping this because yellow generally plays pretty slow. Most yellow decks don't play the Frieza Ginyu combo anymore, so we don't really have to worry about the aggro. So he swings 15, I just combo out. Generally if they're just swinging 15 early, unless I know that they play a crit card, I probably will just combo out of those. Just keeping my life as high as possible is definitely going to be beneficial for us. The idea is trying to wear out their resources. So Vegeta is another very powerful control deck. Being able to restand energy on his turn allows him to use extra cards, as well as this Bulma right here, allowing him to tap this to grab back extra cards. So we're just doing some more drawing. So we cycle with 18, and we ended up putting an Earthling in the drop because we can always get these Earthlings back from our Hercule cards. So one of the cool things about this deck is that you can just kind of discard any of the Earthlings and just combo them away. And as long as you find a Hercule, you're going to grab 2 cards back. So turn 2, I let him hit me once, just because. And now we're set up for our we're gonna attack him. Just hit him for 15. Here, if I was him, I probably would have used Death Ball to tap down this Android 18, so then he can swing into it. But whatever, he didn't do that. So I ended up using one destructive strength, ended up charging a Piccolo. Now we're kind of sitting pretty. So now we actually have a really good next turn here. We're going to be able to get to 6 energy, which then allows us to turn on certain cards. So here, like, the Majin Vegeta would have been great because he would have been able to pop this card. So he didn't do that. He ended up using his energy marker to play the Vegeta, which personally I think is kind of a misplay. If he would have used the Death Ball on his turn to tap down my Android, he could have swung twice into my leader while also killing this card. So for whatever reason, he wanted to stall me at 5, probably just to stop my awaken condition, which realistically doesn't do too much for me at the moment because I'm not at 8 energy. So all right, so now we charge a Vegeta just because he's not really playing 2 costs. Yellow doesn't play a lot of 2 costs now because, again, they're not playing the Frieza stuff, so we don't really have to worry about the 2Ks in this deck. And I don't think he's actually running the 2-drop Vegeta Frieza. I can't really remember off the top of my head. So we play the 5-drop. We skip the ramp this turn. I kind of had to, honestly. I was a little worried about eating a 25k dual attacker, plus if he played another dual attacker, I really didn't want to have to combo out of 4 different attacks. So we just pop that. Now I think we let him take us down to 4, so now we can awaken. And you can see I have tons of options in my hand here. So he plays this Bobbity, which I think is, I mean, looking at his hand, I guess that's the right play. Yeah, he wanted to keep the energy up, I guess, for defense, which you know makes sense. So he drew into his Majin Buu here. So we charge the 6, awaken. So we're pretty close to getting our 8 energy play now. Technically here, I think if I do this, I go down to 3. Yeah, so technically I could actually get to 8 energy, and I didn't do it because I wanted to keep the extra energy up for defense, because he's going into 5 energy, so he can definitely play like the double striker, which obviously you can see here he does have a double striker in hand. So I was kind of cognizant of that, but you can actually like destructive strength. You go back up to 4, you play this for 2, and then you tap 2, and then you go up to 8. So like that would have been an option, but again, I also didn't have any super combos in hand, so I didn't really have the ability to defend if he swung with that guy. So I swing with the android now that I have 6 energy. Get a free draw. I swing with the leader. Again, no effect, unfortunately. And then I think we swing with this, or actually I might keep this. I might keep this standing. I don't remember what I do here. No, I attack with it. So we're gonna try to get him down to 3. He ends up awakening here. I think he uses an extra card. Yeah, so he uses Death Ball. So I knew this deck runs Death Ball, at least has like a 2 or a 3 of. So I swung with the 2-drop first. If I swung with the 5-drop, I wouldn't have gotten this draw because it would have tapped it down with Death Ball. So that's kind of why we did that. So we played around Death Ball, so we got rid of 1 Death Ball. Now we're gonna ramp, go to 7, and then I think I play, yeah, so I play Hercule, grab back 2 Earthlings. This is such a good play, man. Like I just got a 10k and a 5k back, and I would just pass, right? I have a huge hand. I got 2 gigantic meteors in play, so like I don't have to worry about a lot. Now here I actually end up comboing this Hercule. Oh no, I don't. Maybe I didn't do that for some reason. Okay, so I comboed the Roshi. Yeah, so I comboed Roshi. Okay, that's what it was. Maybe I'm thinking of a different attack. Probably thinking of a different deck here. So yeah, we keep this alive. If he wants to lock it down, that's fine, but we want to keep this card alive. At least until he plays the 25k. Like, if he plays Majin Vegeta here, I don't remember actually what he plays. I think he plays a double striker. But we didn't really want to... I know he plays a 3-drop. Okay, so this is actually where I think the game kind of went a little awry. So you'll kind of notice from this point, my whole focus is removing this 3-drop. I do not care about his life anymore at this point. This card makes this matchup really difficult for green decks, unless you're playing Gohan. Or Cell, I guess. So because you can't KO this card, there's only 2 cards in green that remove this card without actually KOing it. One is the Gohan only card, and one is a Cell only card. So we actually don't have the ability of popping this card. So the concept was, we're going to swing into this guy, and because this is such a valuable card to him, and I know it's a valuable card to him, he's going to keep this card alive as much as possible. So as you'll kind of see that now as we kind of move on, where a lot of my value is going towards trying to kill this card. This card is my #1 priority, is trying to remove it. So he tries to swing at my 18. I combo out. He plays this to grab back. He taps the Bulma to grab back Death Ball. Plays the 2-cost barrier card, which is completely useless in this particular matchup because I don't play 3-cost battle cards. So we charge, go to 8, and now we have our effect on board. So now we're going to swing with the 18, and we combo. That's what we do. So we combo the Hercule here. This forces an extra card out of his hand, which is what I wanted to do. I wanted to make sure I wasn't getting the Yamu on board as the only card that he's going to value. So here we go in the 30, goes to 35. We swing this guy at it for 30. He's got a combo super combo. So we've already gotten 2 pieces of tech out of his hand, one of them being a super combo. So now we're gonna use the 2-drop, give our leader a 20k boost, and then I think I swing. Yeah, so I swing the Gohan at the Bulma. The goal of this was to actually bait out another time rewound, but he didn't do it. I was thinking he was gonna restand it, and then I could have. I thought I had Kami in my hand to pop it. So I swing at leader. He gives me another super combo, and this time he gives me the Yamu on board, going up to 45. So I don't get the restand. So that's not a big deal, but we did get another super combo out of his hand, which is the most important thing. So here, actually, so going back, what I could have did, because of this play that I'm going to do now, what I could have did was, I could have played Bulma first and swung Bulma. I think the problem was I knew he had another Death Ball, so I could actually swung the Gohan at the Vegeta to get one card out of his hand and to use Gigantic Meteor, and then played Bulma and swung Bulma at Bulma. That would have been the better play, just kind of looking back on it. And I Gigantic Meteor this because I wanted to try and remove this guy as much as possible. So I'm going to get another extra card out of his hand here, which he does Time Rewound. And he restands it. Unfortunately, I don't have a way of killing it in active mode. So I don't have Special Beam Cannon in my hand currently, so I can't do anything. So we pass. Yeah, so that would have been the better play, is swinging the Secret Rare into the Vegeta and then swinging the Bulma into the Bulma just to get more cards out of his hand. So he swings into my Bulma to kill it. I'm like, okay, that's fine. Doesn't really do much to me. Swings the 3-drop at my Gohan, and this I'm actually going to save when I combo off of Roshi. Just keep it alive as much as possible. I mean, he can kill it pretty easily if he wanted to, like with this. So he uses Final Explosion, blows up both my 2-drop cards. So that's a lot of value off board, but now he tapped under Double Striker. So his only option is playing the Barrier Majin Buu. So this card is, I have a weird relationship with this card. It seems like a cool card, but also it's just like a discard one, like from your opponent's hand. So it's like you either swing into it and they combo out, or you swing into it and kill it and they have the discarded card. So so we swing the 5-drop at Vegeta again, this time getting another extra card out of his hand. So you see, we're just kind of just destroying his hand. He went from a 13-card hand down to almost half of that. Actually, a little more than half of that. So we're swinging leader, 20k. I knew this deck doesn't run a lot of 10k, so you just have to get rid of 5s, and he runs a lot of extra cards. So we just got his barrier combo piece off board. Play 18. Cycle another card. And then we're going to swing into, I believe, the Vegeta again. Yeah, so we're going to play Hercule to get back two 1-drops. We get back a Roshi and a Bulma. And then we play Bulma to draw a card. Drawing even more. Got the Special Beam Cannon. And then we swing this guy, and then we're going to go to 35 off of the Bulma and the Hercule, meaning, and I gave him actually one extra card, so I gave him 45. So this way he actually has to give me Time Rewound and a 10k. So he goes up to 40 with Time Rewound, and he combos out the Goku. So this, as you can see right now, this guy is kind of through the game himself. If you kind of go back, seeing how my hand has never shrunk under 10 cards, and he had a 13-card hand at one point, and now he's down to 4 cards in hand because he has tried to save this Vegeta time and time again. If you let this Vegeta die last turn, he would have like an 8-card hand. But he decided to just defend this card with everything in his being, and it sort of costed him the game. So now we play a Hercule. We're going to get back the 2 cards we just comboed off. One of them. We play the Bulma again, draw another card, and now we have 15k combo power on board plus a Gigantic Meteor. Very, very difficult for this deck to do anything. So he would have to play Secret Rare here, which I know obviously he doesn't have. So he uses another Final Explosion. He taps down my board, kills my 18 and my Hercule. So no Secret Rare this turn. I know he ends up playing it. Yeah, turn after we combo Roshi. Not have to worry about that. We have a huge hand. We have 3 times the hand size as this guy does, so we're not worrying too much. He's gonna swing the Vegeta into my Bulma. That's fine. You can kill the 1-drop. He should be pressuring my leader, but I don't know why he decided to do that. So swings Majin Buu at the leader. I take this one because I know he can't double strike me this turn, and I know the turn after I'm gonna have way too much energy up. He's not gonna double strike me either. So we have Bulma. He grabs back a Time Rewound. And then we play another Bulma, grabs back I think a Death Ball, if I'm mistaken. No, another Time Rewound. Okay. So we got back 2 of those, restands 2. So you can see his hand's really bad. And at this point, I really don't know what's in his hand, of course. I know that he's used 2 super combos, I think, at this point. If we look, I think he's used 2. Yeah, so he's used 2. So I'm thinking he has at least 1 more. Actually, did he use 3? No, just 2. Just 2, okay. So at this point, I know that he might have a super combo in hand, but yellow has a lot of 5Ks. So I know that his 10K count can't be that high. And if we're counting up his 10Ks, so he's gotten 1 that he charged. And he comboed another Goku away. So there's also a chance that he has a Goku. So that's kind of what I was worried about. So we're going to swing the Gohan into the Vegeta again. Getting another time rewind out of his hand. Again, this is probably not the way you play this card. And then also, he restood the Vegeta. So what I do here is I play Piccolo, and we get the poppin'. So now we use leader effect or Piccolo effect to then use special beam cannon. We're going to pop the 3-drop because he decided to restand it, which you don't have to restand off that effect. We go to 50. We're going to swing 30 with the Piccolo at the Majin Buu. The reason why I did this is because I know it was guaranteed to get a card out of his hand. Because he would have to, if it dies, he has to pitch a card anyways. So regardless of if he combos out or not, this is a guaranteed 1 card out of his hand. So he used a timer wound. So he used another extra card to pop that card, which he could have just let it die. And then, I don't know. So I swing at his leader, knowing he can't combo out with 2 cards. So I get a 50k swing. And I think I swing at one of the Bulmas, I think it is, just to remove the Bulma. I don't remember exactly what I do here. Oh, no, I don't. No. So I play Kami, because I drew into a Kami. So I pop, now that Vegeta's gone, I pop one of the Bulmas. I use this Kami, and I swing into the Bulma. And you can see his hand's really bad. He's got 3 0Ks in hand, because he's used all of his, all of his effects. So I swing another 50k into his leader. Take it on the 2, and now we kind of stall for the next turn, which I think ends up being the final turn of the game. I can't remember top of my head. It probably is. So now we go in his turn. Not a lot of value, and again, for someone who's playing Vegeta, if you are playing Vegeta, make sure you are not overcommitting to defense on your important cards. Sometimes just let him die. Like the Vegeta, he let the Vegeta die. Now again, sometimes you don't know if everyone has all of the cards. You can kind of assume that they should, but that doesn't mean they do, right? This guy might not have 4 copies of that Vegeta in his deck, or he just didn't see him. Because I mean, look, he has 20 cards still left in deck. I have 8. Like I have gone through my entire deck. I've gone through 3 times as many cards as he has, or like left, right? So he might just not have seen one. So so I swing. He swings at my leader. I combo, over that. So knowing that this turn is either a Majin Buu turn, Double Striker, or Secret Rare. That's kind of what I'm thinking. So he swings this Majin Buu at me. Combo out again. You use one of the free cards that I end up getting. And then I think he drops Secret Rare here. So we use Energy Absorption. Keep the 5-drop in Rust mode. Very valuable. He plays the 6-drop. And he makes the mistake of killing my Piccolo. So this is where you kind of have to. I wouldn't have killed the Piccolo, but he kind of has to, right? So he gives me a life, so then he hits me for 40, and the 40 does nothing because it's just the card he gave me. So so now I know, like, okay, we have 3 life left. I'm not that scared here, so I use Master Roshi. I tap the special beam cannon to pick it up. And then ramp 1, and then we use special beam cannon. We pop the Frieza, and here I probably went a little overboard, but I was kind of just showing like the end result of this deck. So we go 50, I go to 65 here, comboing what's on board. Knowing he can't combo out. Obviously, if you see what's in his hand, he can't combo out anyways. But I was just kind of, I want to say flexing, but I was kind of just showing how strong this deck can actually like push for game. So we got 4 cards left in deck, so I actually get down to I think I get down to 1 card left in deck here. So I play both Bulmas, I get both effects off, I pitch both of my droids, just drawing extra cards, and then I play Hercule. Draw 2 more cards, and then I swing a leader. If I would have played the Bulma, I would have lost. And then I just go to proceed to hand dump. And if you guys can count like what we have on board. So we got 75, 85, 95, 105. That's without touching any cards in my hands. I have 105 on board. Plus, so 115, 125, 135, 45, 55, 60, 70, 80, what, 90, what 70, 80, yeah, so 180k, which is bizarre, right? Again, a little bit on his part because he ended up kind of making this matchup a little bad for him. I can't speed through the actual part of it, which kind of sucks. But just knowing how, like, knowing how his play sort of went, he over defended on that Vegeta, right? And again, that was the only Vegeta that he saw, so maybe he felt like he needed to keep it alive, but he did nothing but defend that card. So if you're playing this deck, you're playing against a green deck or playing against another deck, try not to defend the Vegeta as much. Maybe like one attack, but after that you kind of just have to let it die, because he could have made that game way more interesting for himself by not defending that card. Because like he never played this, like which is a huge piece in the first green, and then he only played one of these. So like he never really established something else. He was just so focused, laser focused on keeping that Vegeta alive. So, but that will do it for me today, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay and the breakdown of the gameplay itself. Like and subscribe if you guys did, and let me know if there's any other green decks you guys want to see some gameplays for. I am going to be doing one for Gohan, which is the deck that I was attempting to play for the first online qualifier. But that will do it for me again. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.